No, we're here.
Oh. Oh, you did?
I did it, yeah.
You did it without me?
I did.
Do it again. Help me do it. No.
Did it again.
You didn't do it with me that time.
No, I didn't. Here, turn that light down a little bit.
Happy Friday.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. It is Friday. By next Friday, I won't have any hair. That's not true. I will have hair. I just hopefully won't have as much hair because
She's finally gonna get it cut by a professional instead of by herself.
I have been cutting my own hair for like 8 years now.
Sure, that was explosively loud on their side.
Sorry. I've been cutting my own hair for about 8 years now, and I'm going to go get my hair professionally cut for once. And the last time I did that, the hairdresser gave me a mullet. So
You were also like 13.
I was 16, and it was heartbreaking. It was the day before prom.
That was like 13 years ago.
It still hurts. Happy Friday, guys. Today we're going to be...
lagging. Your mouth is different to your talk.
Hello, guys. Happy Friday. Is it working?
Is it all synced back up yet? I had all kind of trouble getting this stuff running today.
Let us know.
Let us know. Is it better? There is a delay.
How do we fix it? It's probably because you did the thing.
No, I don't think so.
What do we do?
Just keep talking.
What do we do? Okay, you guys just listen and pretend that my mouth matches up. I'll cover my mouth. All right, guys. Today we're going to be talking about trends that I predict are going to blow up like crazy over the next few months. A lot of this is due to some back to school emails that I've received from our district, and I've been following other districts, and I've been following mommy groups, and I've been following just news and all the craziness that's going to come with back to school. And then I've also been following trends when it comes to holidays. I've been looking at trends from last year. I want to know what's going to be big this year. This is not going to be our last trends video for the holidays. I want to have a bunch of them because I anticipate that this year is going to be one of the biggest online sales years for holiday sales ever. And I predict this because there are going to be significantly less people who want to go out in stores shopping. But we're not going to talk about Christmas stuff right now, though I hope that you guys are preparing because ideally you want to get your holiday products in your shop by at least August, September, assuming that it takes 90 days for your SEO to kick in, for Etsy to kind of catalog you where you're going to be in search, to have a chance to build a little bit of a listing quality score. And don't use Christmas as a benchmark. The benchmark is November 27th is Black Friday this year. November 27th. So that should be the day that everyone aims for, even if you live in a country where Black Friday is not as popular, because it doesn't matter if you sell to the United States, which 53% of shoppers, let me double check. What is the market report right now for?
Yeah, looking over there, for some reason, Wirecast has like a 3-second delay between what our camera's doing and what we're saying. Sorry, guys, there's nothing I can do to fix that without completely killing the stream, so it's going to be a laggy stream today.
Last month, 59.8% of Etsy users were from the United States. What's the second country? What's the second country? The second country is other, but Canada is next at 4.5%, as, you know, compared to 59.8%. So, with that in mind, if you want to appeal to the majority when it comes to, you know,
yeah, that's not going to work.
Your Etsy success. Yeah, I can't see the comments.
You did that.
Sorry. I'm messing everything up, guys. I just keep doing it and I don't know.
All right.
right.
I'm going to switch it back to the other one because the other one has a better mic anyway.
What was that? Oh, it was you. So anyway, make sure that you're preparing for Black Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. For those of you who are in the United States, I recommend sending your Black Friday. I mean, you're not in the United States too. Just you got to sync up the times and the dates with the time converters, and we'll talk more about that later because I don't know everybody's time zone on the fly. But for those in the US, I recommend sending your emails a little bit after dinner time, depending on what time zone you want to appeal to. For me, that's usually around 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Thanksgiving Day. The reason for that being is around midnight. I would even say it's like every year companies get a little quicker with how soon they send their Black Friday emails. So I like to do mine 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thanksgiving Day because I like to optimize that time when people have finished their dinner and they're sitting, grandpa's open mouth sleeping on the couch, dad's sitting there with his pants unbuckled trying to decide if he wants another piece of pie.
Yep.
Mom's in the kitchen stressed out trying to clean up all the dishes.
No, Mom's drunk in the kitchen yelling at all the family members about old memories.
Yeah, and drinking her wine, and the kids are upstairs. Darn those kids and their technology, playing their video games, and it's gonna be an optimal time to send an email because what are we gonna be doing while we're bored? After dinner's over and we're waiting for family to leave, we're gonna be on our phones. Let's face it. That's what most of us do.
That's what I do most of the time anyway.
Right. So I want to optimize those times when everybody's done with dinner and they're, kind of cleaning up and finishing up. I want to send that email. That way I can, make sure that I'm appealing to those people. So I would prepare for that, but expect I will have my yearly Black Friday survival guide. I will be sure to get that out October? Maybe September? When do you guys want it? I'll get it out when you guys want that. But right now, let's talk about things that are out of the norm due to COVID-19 that are about to blow up because everyone is going back to school soon.
Well, most people. I'm sure some states won't send their kids back to school, but ours is.
So, child-size masks. You guys remember a few months ago, masks completely blew up on Etsy. In fact, pulling up eRanks, let me pull up the Trend Buzz just to look at May's. And we're about to, for those who don't know already, I am head of marketing and PR at eRank as well. My disclaimers are so fast now.
They can't see this.
I know that. Last month, face mask, the term face mask, in April, received, oh my sweet golly goodness,
almost 3 million searches.
Wow. So that was April, and then May is 1,637,167 searches. So face masks were obviously very popular. We're going to be getting the data for June very, very soon. That way you guys can start looking at that.
Holy crap-a-moly, we have a lot of viewers today.
I know. But child-size face masks. So our district is making children wear their own masks onto the school bus. And then when they get to school, they will have a different mask that they are provided, by the school that they have to wear at school. But they still have to wear their own mask onto the bus to school, and it's got to go into their book bag. So that leads us to child-size masks and personal sanitary containers that they can store their go-to-school mask in. Or I'm sure that there are some schools that are going to require them to bring their own masks. You're going to want more than one mask. You're going to want to do masks in school colors. If in case you're not aware already, top colors for that are going to be navy, white, and black. Those are number one colors that you guys need to start thinking about because they're neutral, and those are the colors that most schools are going to require if they're not allowing.
Or allow.
Right. So make sure that you're doing that. Burgundy might be another like off option that you might want to consider, because I do see a lot of uniforms in burgundy as well, but I'm going to assume that if they're doing burgundy, they'll probably accept a white mask, because you usually wear a white undershirt with that. Other things that you might want to consider, like I said, are a sanitary bag where they can carry their mask to and from school safely. Hand sanitizers obviously going to be big, not just for kids, but for teachers as well. But if you guys can create some of the little keychains that hand sanitizers can be carried in as well. I know that Bath and Body Works has those ones, but I've seen a lot of Etsy sellers make really cool ones out of fabric with like a snap that you can hook onto a book bag. Doing those, making a combo pack of the child size mask and the matching fabric hand sanitizer pouch. And I also think that for those of you who sell supplies, the little bottles that hand sanitizer comes in, I know some of you have been doing bottle supplies. Right now is a really great time for you. I also am going to throw in, and this is my like personal prediction, but I'm thinking about lunch lines, how busy it's going to be, how long it's going to take children to get through lunch lines, and just the contact, with surfaces and things. I think that lunch packing this year is going to be significantly more popular than in past years. So think about creating, ice packs and ice pack covers, cloth ice pack covers. Think about lunch boxes. Think about plastic bento boxes and inserts and different containers, and maybe wooden silverware. Reusable things, reusable napkins for all of my alphas who are in the more like eco-friendly, zero waste lifestyles. Think about things like that. Just different ways that they can get their lunch safely. Book covers. This is a really weird one, and it's one that you might need to market to let people know why you're doing it. But any type of book cover that can be washed after the child brings the book home from school. I think that this is going to be a big one that, I don't think many people are going to think of right now. Yep. Something that can be thrown in the washing machine, or if you could do it out of plastic so it can be sanitized afterwards. All really good options. And with that, I was telling him, I'm like, I feel like, because I had to have a clear plastic book bag, because I went to a tech school where I worked with young children. I did early childhood education, so I worked at a daycare during the day, and we had to have transparent book bags to make sure that we weren't smuggling drugs into a daycare. So I was thinking about it, and I'm like, a plastic book bag would be so much easier to sanitize.
Oh, yeah.
And clean.
Absolutely.
So, and I know
just
that
hit it with the hose when they get home.
I know that there are a couple alphas who create like different clear, transparent plastic book bags. So, just might be something to consider. And then the last thing is not COVID related, but you could make it COVID related. Everyone's getting back to school, and one of the most popular things I've seen in recent years are the first day of school photo with a little kid holding the sign. It's my first day at school. I'm in 2nd grade. My favorite color is blue. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. You can do the little photo shoot with your kids, and they hold their little sign saying, like, what their favorite things are and what grade they're in. What if you did one of those, but you added, like, a little mask on it? Or you made, you did something to signify when they look back, when they're graduating, they know that this was the year, this was like the crazy year that they had. Because regardless of if we want to remember this or not, I hope people do. This is a part of our kids' history. Like, this is something that they are going to remember for the rest of their life. This is like their Great Depression. So we need to make sure that, we're creating products that, even if we don't find them tasteful, these are things that, regardless of if we want to remember them, our kids are going to remember them, especially since our kids have a more whimsical perspective on things. Hopefully, yep. My daughter's having panic attacks right now because of the whole thing, but, and she's
too damn smart for her own good.
She's only 8. Yeah, she's freaking out. But anyway, let's go ahead, and before we get into the those are the things that I think are going to explode, okay? Next things are predictables. So the other things that I just mentioned are less predictable, more out of the blue, first time that they've ever trend. Hopefully you wrote those down. Now let's get into the predictables that I think are actually just going to do well because people aren't in store shopping for them. So let's see what comments do we have.
Trey asked, any updates on Postal Service going bankrupt and out of business by fall? What will we do? So that's probably not true. It would be mainstream media. They may be having money issues. But if I'm not mistaken, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's the law that the government has to provide a way to transport mail services to and from. And it's the only actual federally, not funded, but federally regulated service that delivers postal mail. I'm pretty sure it's the law.
And bankruptcy isn't the end. Even if they filed for bankruptcy, that doesn't mean...
banks get bought out with billions and billions of dollars, and the Postal Service is one of the most essential services in the United States, so they would get bought out for sure.
Yeah, not to mention they're not the only mail service. We have UPS and USPS and all kinds of things.
But none of the other ones are federally funded in any way. UK Postage USA has gone up a crazy amount. A mug used to cost $5 to post, as today a mug cost over $9. Yep, shipping our stuff to the UK used to cost like $7.
It was $6.60 and now it is $13.90?
Something like that. And it goes up like every couple of months.
I just lost my mask and mini bag sets. Awesome. That's a good way to market it. Market it as stick your mask in your bag. Make sure that you're not just listing these things. You need to get on social media. You need to market them. You need to show photos of them in action. Talk about the benefits of them. Use, a few words to describe why someone needs these products now more than ever.
In Florida, they have the option of homeschooling, half days or back to full school days, leaving it up to parents to decide. I don't like the thought of kids continuing to homeschool. The majority of kids already spend a good portion of their day on their electronics and get zero social interaction whatsoever, and it's going to make them socially inept over time. They're not going to know how to communicate correctly, and especially from the ages of like 8 to like 13, that can be like a lifelong problem after that. It's not good for them.
And our parents who do homeschool full time, like you guys, obviously the first time that you homeschool is, and please understand that I'm speaking as someone who has a background in early childhood education. I'm not just speaking out my butt here. You guys, your first year homeschooling is probably very difficult, right? And then you kind of learn to adapt. But you also have to do a lot of other things for social interaction. And I also noticed something very, very consistent with homeschool parents. And a lot of the times they have more than one child, or they do organized play dates, or they have other family members where they can, get that socialization from. I worry now about the number of children who are going to be homeschooled. And not that outweighs, your child's safety. I am terrified to send my kid back to school. I completely understand, especially if you have someone in the household who can't be exposed, or your child themselves can't be exposed because maybe they have a health condition. But at the same time, I really, really hope that, there are no social downfalls to this. Now, the social downfalls, those are things that can be recovered. Like you can recover your lack of social interaction. You cannot recover death due to COVID. So I don't want anyone to misinterpret this. We are just trying to look at all perspectives.
No, I'm more saying that parents because I'm actually a huge proponent of homeschooling for parents that know what they're doing when it comes to homeschooling, because public schooling is crap in like a good majority of the United States. We'll just put that out there. I'm more saying that most parents don't have the time to properly learn how to homeschool their kids and learn how to offset that lack of social interaction. Those of you that have been homeschooling for a long time, you have ways that you interact with your kids. You have ways you get them to socialize. You have other things you get them to do. Most parents don't have the time to learn how to do that.
Exactly.
That's more what I was trying to say. I should have been more clear with that.
I just had one highlighted.
Any digital trend predictions?
Yeah, so digital trends, you also have to consider that a lot of children are going to be homeschooling. So, and I know that you create more decor type products. We'll talk about those more in a minute. I want to cover everybody who sells digital right now because I know that we have a lot of people who create things for children, and this isn't going to necessarily apply to your shop, but with the number of children who are going to be homeschooling, there's always going to be the super moms who want to pack their own like worksheets and things on top of what the schools are providing, and most of this education, I assume, is probably going to be on iPads this year. I think most districts have kind of adopted that, but I think that trying to create things that can be printed at home and worked with your children from home are going to be popular. Now, you said digital product trends, so we'll get into decor type things and things that are more in your industry here in just a second. Let's double check real quick.
Pretty much all, like,
Jennifer.
a good majority of those are questions. Jennifer asks, do we have to be aware of any child safety regulations if I decide to sell masks? Yes, if your area has regulations on how masks are and you're selling them locally, yes.
What I would do, Jennifer, because I don't know, I don't sell masks and I don't work with products for children, and I don't want to say anything that could potentially get you in trouble. Handmade Alpha Facebook community is down below. I can almost guarantee that there's an expert in there. Post in the public community, not the Academy's page, and because we have a lot more members in the public group. And, just double check, because I'm not sure, and it might be something that you want to closely monitor. At the same time, I'm not sure. I don't want to say anymore, but I have seen a lot of sellers do child-sized masks in the past, so you'll have to double check. I missed your last item. First day of school signs for photo shoots.
I'm looking at making 2 mirror shops. I have my print provider in the UK for UK shop and use USA print provider for USA shop. The only way around this postage dilemma for me. Yeah. Sure,
homeschool isn't ideal right now, but it's necessary. We understand that. We completely agree.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's stupid that they're even they should just push school back until this is done and over. We won't get into the politics of how we feel about this whole thing because compared to every other country in the world, we're doing the worst. So
yeah.
I'm not going to get into that. Well, Etsy ads help your SEO tags, new SEO tags.
They're two different animals. Etsy ads do not help SEO. SEO helps Etsy ads, but they are two totally different things. So maybe we'll talk about that on a different day, because today's not really focused around SEO.
Sneaking away from my desk to tune in.
Hello.
Welcome. What about yarn-related stuff? The type of material you use doesn't really matter. It's more about the products that you're making.
Right. We can't specify on like certain materials, because then we could say, what about metal-related stuff? What about burlap-related stuff? What about canvas-related stuff? So,
yeah, exactly. Everything's different.
And the things that we talk about next, check the CDC for guidelines. Yeah,
CDC for guidelines, great, unless you're outside of the U.S.
Let's see.
Kids craft keep the kids busy. Yes. I don't have my masks don't have nose wire. Don't want anything going wrong with the wire. Yeah, you don't want any kids losing an eye because they're goofy. Yeah, we're aware, Barbara. For some reason, our audio is like way ahead of our video, and I can't do anything without killing our software.
This is the next one. How helpful is eRank for Amazon Handmade? So eRank is designed for Etsy sellers. However, eRank also has Amazon search data, and Amazon Handmade are going to have the same search data when it comes to the things that people are searching for. So when it comes to doing keyword research with the Keyword Explorer, which you need to have either an eRank basic membership, which is $5.99 a month, or a pro membership, which is $9.99 a month, you can still do your keyword research to see what people are searching for on Amazon, as well as eBay, Pinterest, and Google Shopping. So yes, it is useful for Amazon. there's no gauge on how helpful though. It's all about perspective because most of the tools are catered for Etsy sellers specifically, but you can get some really great keyword ideas and build keyword lists for Amazon Handmade. Let's see. Should we start promoting Christmas now? We'll get to that in a minute. I want to talk about other holidays before we get to Christmas. Is there a specific day that eRank updates the trend buzz every month? Yes, it is usually around the 7th-ish, like the first week of the new month, like right.
Sometime around there.
Yeah, there's never like an exact date because we have to, get the new data imported in, and Anthony's usually online all night trying to do it.
There's no naughty words getting snuck in where they shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's actually
which is something that does happen pretty much every time.
There's nothing funnier than sitting with a meeting with Anthony Wolf and having to sort through the misplacement of naughty words that should be in the 18 plus category that have ended up in Bath and Beauty. There is nothing funnier than sitting there trying to sort through those words.
It's because literally every search platform or every sales platform puts adult products in Bath and Beauty. Amazon, eBay, it's Bath and Beauty.
All right, so let's go ahead and get on to the part that, is going to be less about masks and back to school and more about things that would be trending regardless of COVID, but are going to be trending nonstop. Talk candles. I mean, I could talk anything, I could talk about pretty much anything is going to fit in here. You've got to adapt your product to what I say. Okay. So that's kind of how that works. Can you do a video on how to use eRank? I have a bunch. They're on my channel. All right. So
God, look at this.
I know lots of people today. So holidays this year are going to be huge. There are going to be less people going into stores to shop. The benchmark this year needs to be Black Friday, not Christmas Day, because shipping this year is going to be insane. And normally we could get away with doing like next day shipping by, I think, the recommended date for USPS was December 20th last year. And then I always recommend shipping by the 15th. To make sure that it arrives by Christmas. This year, my big prediction is that holiday orders are going to be needed to ship like by December 1st because the postal service is going to be so insanely backed up this year because everyone's going to be online shopping. That's why shipping is so slow right now. Everyone is buying their essentials online and there are more packages going to and fro than any other time that we've ever seen. So this year, prepare to have things shipped by like December 1st is just my guess right now. And make sure that you're optimizing for Black Friday no matter what country that you're in. But over the next few months, and August specifically, there are going to be increases in things that trend normally around this time of year, but we're going to see more traffic for them. So Halloween is one of the most searched terms in August every year. It is July. August is next month. How many of you guys have Halloween products in your shops right now? Probably not very many. It takes 90 days to keyword optimize your listings or for Etsy to actually register those keywords and fully recognize you for the keywords that you have in your listings. We've got August, September, and then all of October. And if searches are already starting in August, you need to get those products in your shop as soon as humanly possible. Get your Halloween keywords in there and make sure that you're checking those listings and waiting for this flood to come because August is when the shopping for Halloween products is going to start. Tarot cards is another big one that we saw trending around August of last year. And this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do things like tarot cards themselves. You said talk candles?
Themed.
Do different spooky themed candles. Do candles that represent, the different cards. Do a pillow with the cards on them. There's so many witchy, spooky Halloween
Especially
themes.
with stuff like candles, you could do like a set of 5 different tarot cards and have them be like, collect all 5 tarot.
Yeah, exactly. Adapt what we say to what you make.
Sorry, I had to jump up. The cat was literally walking on top of my keyboard.
Halloween decor. obviously is going to be huge. And you know, that goes for digital downloads as well. Things that people, especially those of you who make SVGs and things for crickets, you know, these are things that can be created at home so that they don't have to go to the store to buy them. Or, you know, if you make decor or decor kits or DIY kits so that they can make their own decor, these are all things to think about. Fall SVGs started trending in August. And that doesn't just mean Halloween. That's leaves and acorns and little foxes and turkeys. We're talking about fall as a whole. Witchy was a term that was trending in August of last year. So I like to think about, you know, other abstract things that tie into the theme, like palm reading. And
he may have just reset my computer, so.
Did he?
Don't know yet. We'll find out.
Are we still live?
Yep, we're still live.
Yep, we're still live. Like palm reading and you know, like the old school psychics. I saw a lot, like last year, the neon signs that you used to see outside of like the old school psychic shops. I saw all kinds of really cool signs and themes and things around that. So just think outside the box a little bit. Halloween is evolving, you know, past just being about pumpkins. We've got a lot of really cool themes that are starting to reemerge. And then fall decor, I want you guys to roll out Halloween and Thanksgiving at the same time if you're doing those. Because right after Halloween, you know, it's like we automatically get into Christmas mode, and it's almost like everybody just skips Thanksgiving. You'll notice in stores, like especially craft stores, Halloween and Thanksgiving roll out at the same time. And if you wait until after Halloween is over to buy Thanksgiving stuff, by the time you're ready to buy Thanksgiving stuff, Thanksgiving is already over. Or Thanksgiving like products are already gone, and they immediately put Christmas stuff out. So I would recommend, if you're going to do both holidays, roll out Halloween and Thanksgiving at the exact same time. Maybe do a little bit less Thanksgiving, or do things that could be left up for both Halloween and Thanksgiving, like just pumpkins, just leaves, and then do a few turkeys just for Thanksgiving, a few jack-o'-lanterns or witches just for Halloween, and just try to optimize for both holidays. Because you also want to make sure that by, I would say, August, September, you've got holiday products coming into your shop, because you want at least 90 days to optimize your holiday keywords to optimize for Black Friday, which is when people are going to be buying this stuff. It's like right after Halloween, people are in Christmas mode immediately. Mm-hmm. We have Thanksgiving as like the pregame. I always say that Thanksgiving is like how you pregame and you remind yourself how to cook before you got to cook the big Christmas dinner. So these are my predictions, guys. This is not our usual trends video, but every season we have a new seasonal trends video. As soon as we have our data from eRank, and I have a little bit more time to investigate fall trends, we will do a fall trends video. But regardless of whether or not we have that fall trends video, what I recommend is, if you're already developing fall product lines, get those out as soon as possible, because by the time I release a fall trends video, it's almost too late to keyword optimize and get that head start. And that's not to say that if you do like a last minute, you know, fall product line and you don't get it out until September, that it won't be successful. You just won't be ahead of all the sellers who were the early adopters of the fall keywords, who got their stuff in early, because they've already built good listing quality scores, which is how Etsy is going to rank you in search. And that might require you to do a lot more external marketing, which means social media marketing, posting on Instagram, posting on Facebook, doing, you know, email marketing campaigns and things like that to get those products to move. Whereas the people who got the keywords in early are going to see the most success, because they're, you know, getting that good amount of organic traffic coming from search that will be starting in August. So let's
quite a bit going on there. G. Morgan, you freaking got me with commenting yawn. I gotcha. Masks for Halloween. How do you think they'll be integrated into costumes? I don't think people are going to integrate them into costumes. At least not here. I mean, we go to the stores here and literally no one is wearing masks. It's like nobody cares.
I don't know. I think that it might be a cool idea to do like a skull face.
Oh no, I agree. I think it would be
pumpkin.
Cool. Like if you guys are able to integrate them and like market them as part of like a Halloween costume. I just think in like the companies themselves that make the costumes, they probably won't do anything as far as.
No, I think that that's a good reason for you guys to do it. I don't think that like you're not going to go to Spirit Halloween and see a bunch of masks with like designs on them, but even and keep this in mind. Don't just do child sizes, because a lot of people are still going to be working at like restaurants and things, and they're going to want to like dress up for Halloween with their mask. And they might opt to get a spooky mask, you know, or teachers and things like that might opt to have a spooky mask as their costume. Let's see.
I do want to say, though, be careful with that. When it gets into, like, Halloween masks and stuff like that, you get into copyright content territory, like, real fast. So be real careful with that kind of stuff.
We've got a lot of people who are saying, what about this? Will this trend? What about this? Well, I'm not a psychic, guys. You guys have to get on a website like eRank and look these things up yourself, because I can't go over every single thing that might possibly trend. So just make sure that you use a tool like eRank, go into the Trend Buzz or the Keyword Explorer and type in the keywords for what you are, you know, wanting to see trending, or go into the Trend Buzz and look at what was popular around this time last year. Okay, so in the Trend Buzz, you're going to have an option to choose your date range. Choose, August 2019 and see what was trending around that time, and then you can kind of predict what will be trending this year, because the trends when it comes to like holiday stuff and Halloween, and those are going to be pretty much the same. You know, we're going to be buying the same things every year aside from masks. Most of these trends are going to be consistent. So make sure that you're doing your research, because you asking me is just me having to go, you know, I would just go and look it up. I don't know everything. These are just the things that I've noticed through researching, and I don't want to give you guys a prediction that I haven't researched. So, let's see.
Some of y'all haven't seen bubbers before.
Let's see. I wonder how trick-or-treating is going to be this year with social distancing and disinfecting. I think that it's going to be highly regulated. I think that we're going to see a lot more trunk-or-treats, which might be something to consider, trunk-or-treat decorations. You guys might just want to Google that and look up trunk or treat decorations if it's something that you want to do. But it's basically where a bunch of cars like line up in a parking lot and they open their trunks and they decorate their trunks with like, they make it look like a big monster mouth or whatever, and they do Halloween in a parking lot, which I don't like.
No, it's not as fun.
Let's see.
But it's necessary.
I've seen them masks with elf ears. Yeah.
Well, there's all kind of crazy stuff you can do. Many states are wearing masks, though. People are relaxing, but they have to wear masks here. I'm hoping it gets that way. I'm hoping it gets that way everywhere, because I don't even like going out shopping right now, because so few, like, when we go to the grocery store, there's maybe 3 or 4 people, including some of the employees. Like, only a good half of the employees ever wear them. I don't know, I just don't like it.
Those old costumes from the late 70s with the printed apron and cheap character masks will suddenly be popular again. Yeah, we're 90s babies, but I know exactly what you're talking about. The ones that you could just pick up and they all came in one like bag. I'm really big into vintage Halloween, and I'm sorry if the word vintage upsets anybody from the 70s, but they're 70s. Everyone always gets mad when I refer to something from the 70s as vintage, but it's vintage now, unfortunately. The really sad thing is that things in the 90s are vintage now.
I know.
Oh, no.
We're not being ageist. Learn to accept your age. It makes life easier.
I don't want 90s to be vintage. I don't want NSYNC to be vintage.
What?
It's not vintage.
You give me smooches on the stream.
Let's see. Mickey Paul, if I remember right, Spirit Halloween isn't opening this year. That was not true. That was fake. That was a viral,
What?
That was a viral fake post going around saying Spirit Halloween wasn't opening. They are still opening.
As long as there are empty stores to buy out, Spirit Halloween will never go away.
In fact,
somehow they survive on 5 sales a year.
In fact, I just saw a thing 2 days ago from the official Spirit Halloween page saying that they were hiring. So, let's see. I was hoping you were bringing out the magic ball.
Good boy.
Let's see. Now I realize I should be making my Thanksgiving and Christmas mugs now. Thanks, better go get to work. Yes, and for mugs, think about, like, also when it comes to fall, don't forget mugs and pumpkin spice lattes go together like mugs and pumpkin spice lattes. And I think that some of my favorite mugs that I see around fall are the ones that have witty puns and funny things about being, basic and drinking pumpkin spice lattes. So might be something to consider. Let's see. Making masks and listening to the best coach ever.
Oh, thank you.
Who are you listening to? Oh. It's Bubbers, isn't it?
It's Bubbers.
It's Bubbers. Let's see. A Spirit isn't going to open. That's more demand for online Halloween costumes. Yeah, but...
Yeah, Spirit's going to open.
They're opening. I just saw them hiring. Trick-or-treats are so adorable. They are cute, but... Man, there's nothing like running up to a house and knocking on the door and not knowing if someone's going to answer and having to judge porch lights. And I don't even like going up to a porch when there's just the bowl sitting on the porch, which we leave a bowl out. We live in a neighborhood where there aren't a bunch of little bratty kids who are going to take the whole bowl. But let's see. Bubbers looks so happy. Bubbers is always happy.
Except when you're not freaking holding him. That's why I invited him over so I could hold him. He was trying to set my reset button. He was tearing up my music stuff. He gets aggressive.
I've noticed that Trends in the Trend Buzz doesn't have pagan related. Are there any plans to add that? It's not that we haven't added it. This is data from eRank. This is data from eRank based on the things that are searched. So it's just not in the top searched. But that doesn't mean that it's not searched. You're probably, and I'm assuming, do you have a pro membership? Because if so, you need to be, or basic, pro or basic, you need to use the Keyword Explorer. Because the Trend Buzz isn't just showing you the only things that are trending. It's just showing you the top 100 trends. But there are literally millions of search terms in eRank, right? So pagan just might not be in the top 100 out of millions of search terms. So, I don't assume that it's not, because pagan terms are always trending. It's always huge. I'm in that niche myself. I would use, and you can use the keyword tool as well if you're a free member to do some quick searches. Let's see, what's yarn season? I would assume you mean like when is it popular? Probably when it's getting colder. So
I mean, there really isn't
fall time. Oh, I wouldn't do. Are you touching me?
He does.
I
does that.
I wouldn't do yarn like knit hats in the middle of summer because I doubt anybody's shopping for them because it's hot. But you want to get those in early. So fall is probably when things like that are going to be.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're probably not trick-or-treating this year. Yeah, we have no idea what we're going to do. We're from California. Masks are everywhere. I just ordered masks for us. Yeah, we lived in California for 6 years, and we now are back to our home state of Ohio. And I will tell you, people from Ohio are very different than people from California.
They are not very health conscious.
They do not. They feel like they are all being suffocated here.
And yes, we are generalizing, but we are only saying what we see from our combined roughly 1,200 friends on Facebook that are from Ohio. So please don't get mad at us for generalizing when 90% of the people act the way that we're talking about.
And every time we go to the store and we're the only people there with masks other than like a few, literally elderly ladies with white hair are wearing their masks because they absolutely have to. That's like the only people you see in masks.
Bibbers. It's bubbers.
Bibbers.
We got bubblers, bibbers.
Bubblers? Bubbers.
He is the best cat ever. He's a good boy.
His name isn't even Bubbers, guys.
Goober.
Yeah, his name. I was going to ask them to guess what his name was, but
well, too late.
Let's see. I'm an 80s kid.
He's right there.
Or I'm an 80s kid. Wore those horrible plastic masks.
So did we. We're 90s kids.
Yeah, they did have. They didn't.
Oh yeah, they did. I was a Batman or a Power Ranger or whatever else for Halloween. Things were uncomfortable as hell. 90s becoming retro, not vintage. It can't be vintage, please no. What's the age for a car to be vintage? It's 31 years, right? 30 years, 31 years. So technically 2021 cars from 1991 will be vintage. I think it's 31 years. Okay, time to go.
One of our regular mantras is Christmas is tomorrow, to remind us that it will be on us before we know it. Best to get ready now. Get ready now. Now. Let's see. I think pagan is always trendy, though. That's a highly active niche. Exactly. It's when it comes to anything tied to lifestyle, religion, or I guess lifestyle and religion are the two big ones. They'll always be trending.
Oh, yeah. Lifestyle and religion are always going to be huge.
So, and when we say lifestyle, that includes things like fitness, healthy eating, eco-consciousness, zero-waste lifestyles, and things like that. So, religion, lifestyle, those two things, hand in hand, are always going to be trendy. Let's see. Does anybody know why gloves and fingerless mittens have been trending like crazy on Etsy?
Gloves and fingerless mittens. No, I have no idea.
Gloves make sense, but fingerless mittens don't make a lot of sense. Maybe so you can use your phone. Like
Probably.
flip your mitten open and use your phone. I'm not sure. Not sure at all. Let's see. You've got it. You've got that right. I'm from Ohio too. Yeah.
From the state with the most smokers, the most people overweight, most people yeah. Ohio's not a very healthy place.
We're also one of the most populated states, though.
That's true. I think either the 5th or the 6th most populated state in the country, and we're one of the most industrial states in the country.
Asking again, what about kids' school bags? We did cover that already. Please watch the replay. Let's see. What site do you recommend to look up coming styles for fall? So I obviously eRank, because you can use the Trend Buzz to look up what is, trending. But if you mean specific style, and rewind, Trend Buzz, you can go into your niche. So you could go into the Trend Buzz, look up paper and party supplies, and see what specifically what was trending, on a particular month last year, so that you can prepare for that. But I also recommend using Target.com, like the store, Red Target, Target.com. They are one of the fastest to figure out trends and get new products out. They probably don't have their fall stuff out right now, but keep an eye on that next month. And you should start to see Halloween and fall things trending. They're a good one to follow for colors, for themes, and things like that. Those are the two that I personally use. And I have a couple different tutorials on my channel to cover those things.
Anything 20 years or older is vintage. Yes, we're getting old. I agree. I feel old. I think you guys would have more viewers if the Friday bean was the Saturday bean. I was only able to be here today due to the holiday weekend. See, the thing is, we like doing it on Friday, so...
Well, guys, consider we also have a child, and Mark is in a band, and he has band practice on Saturdays. Like, we have a life that we have to attend to as well.
Yes, Fridays tends to be... So here's the thing. The majority of Etsy sellers... I'm not going to say the majority of Etsy sellers. That's too general of a generalization. The majority of the people that watch us and follow our stuff don't have second jobs. Some of you do, but the majority of them don't. It's usually a spouse that has the job, and they're working on the Etsy shop. So Fridays at noon are usually about the best time. Kids are off at school during the school year. Husband or wife is off at the job, and they're sitting at home working on their Etsy shop.
Here's the thing, when it comes to us doing live streams, no matter what day we do it, someone will tell us that
it's the wrong day.
It's the wrong day, yeah. So that's why we have a replay available.
Yes, otherwise we would just get rid of the replay.
Yeah.
I've had so many new ideas listening to this. It's like a brain dump.
Oh, good. That's what we were hoping. We were hoping that we could give you just a few words. You guys would be able to cling on to them and just start molding your own products out of it.
I have a 1990 Toyota Celica with 725,000 miles
Ooh!
on it. Now, here's the question. Is it all original parts other than minor things? Because that would be a landmine. It's still crazy that you have that many miles on an engine.
Let's see.
I don't really change what I do with my shop. Just continue to keep adding new designs since Vikings, Crystal, Artifacts, Vintage seem to be doing consistently well. Good.
Oh,
I love your
Dragons.
logo, by the way. It immediately, when I look at the comment section on here,
We can see.
It just, drags me straight to where you are.
Oh,
and
and
Dragons. Target store trends, is that still a thing? Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that. Let's see. Also, Pantone Colors has a color projection for fashion market. Yes, and Pantone, if you guys use Pantone, which Pantone.com, they do the color of the year every year. This year, it was, I don't remember what the actual blue color name was, but it was like a classic dark blue, and you see it everywhere. Those trends cover over into everything like stationery and Starbucks. When you go into a Starbucks and you see all of their cups that they have that you can buy with their logo, they always do whatever the color of the year is. You start to see it everywhere when you know what to look for.
Mark, you're a looker. Hey, you too.
Can you sanitize hands with fingerless mittens?
You can sanitize fingers. I don't know.
Oh, let's see.
If you sell masks, what would you search for a niche?
Anything. Halloween,
wear
spooky,
masks.
gothic,
It depends on who you're wanting to market to.
pet care, veterinarians, doctors, teachers, patterns for teachers, patterns for veterinarians, patterns for minimalist patterns, uniforms. Service members in the military have to have either ABU, ACU, ABU, ACU, ABU, ACU.
ABU is not going to be a thing anymore here soon.
What is the new one?
I don't know.
You don't remember what
I'm not in the military anymore. I don't keep up with that crap. I don't have to anymore.
the pajama uniforms.
The pajama uniforms.
The pajama uniforms.
PJUs.
PJUs. PJUs.
That's not what they are. Who knows? Just Google it. Current military branch uniforms.
Yeah, just and find out because they have to have a mask that matches, or it has to be black.
I doubt it.
And
It's probably their undershirt cover, sand.
And navy for dress blues.
If it's like anything else military related, soon it will be mandatory that you buy from specific brands that the military has approved. So I wouldn't bet too hard on the military people.
I know a lot of people are buying them because
yes, but it's the military, and if they can find a way to get the BX to benefit more than anybody else, that's what they're going to do. They've always done that. Bureaucratic. Make essential oil vent clips, and there are so many of them that fit into whatever's trending.
Oh yeah, that's great. And we and that's really interesting. And I know everyone's gonna be like, "That's not handmade," but we're really addicted to. Bath and Body Works has their vent clips with their different scents, but for those of you who do essential oils and vent clips, make sure that you really study what Bath and Body Works does, and even those of you who do candles, because Bath and Body Works is another one that really knows what scents are going to be trending before they start trending. Teakwood is one of the most popular scents we're seeing everywhere. It's my favorite scent. Like, it smells like the best cologne ever. I don't know, it's just... Oh, I love it. And we started, I found like one teakwood product and fell in love with it. And now it's just teakwood everything. And I buy it every time. And all of his, he buys all teakwood body wash and lotions
and
because he knows I like it so much. So study Bath and Body Works if you do anything scent related.
What are the first tools I should use besides keyword tool and trend buzz? And what does the blue bar on the right of that mean? How do you know what tags are good and which are not?
This might be a separate video. We do have a video on my channel where it was back before we did the Friday Bean. It was Friday Q&A, and I talk about E-Rank. So if you go to my channel homepage, not in the top search bar for YouTube itself, but there's a small search bar under my channel art with me and the wolves. Type in E-Rank, and all of my E-Rank videos will pop up, and then watch those because I have a ton of them, and you can kind of, and a lot of them are before E-Rank made like certain changes, so your screen might not match up, but all the tools themselves are the same. I would start there.
If you sell masks, it helps if you make surgical caps too that match.
Oh yeah, that might be something to consider.
I've been selling witchy goth masks and BLM masks. Just got a cat hair in my mouth. Any niche that I would work honestly aside from the far right, apparently. Yeah. Is it horrible that I only post to Instagram once a week?
No, not necessarily. Instagram is going to give you back what you put into it because the feed moves so quickly. So the more active you are, the more activity you're going to see. But you also have to make sure that you're using good hashtag variety, researching your hashtags and things like that. So it's not a bad thing. If you could post more, that would be good. But I'll admit my actual Etsy shop's Instagram, I'm very active on my my Instagram from the alphas, but my Etsy shop Instagram, I'm not super active on. I get a few posts out a month, and all of those posts get hundreds of likes regardless. So you don't really lose a lot of engagement, but if you want to make sales from it, then I would try to up your activity as with any social media platform that you use.
Black is what my son had to have, I'm assuming, for military masks. Yeah, where I was stationed, they could kiss me right in the middle of the crack if they asked me to wear a black mask. It's like 120 degrees outside on any given day.
I sent you a 50.
Yeah, I did get that. We've just been busy. We haven't had time to look at anything yet.
Mark moderates the public inbox, so thank you. I didn't even know. Let's see.
Yeah, this one was a really cool idea, selling a kit with masks and fabric markers so the kids could decorate themselves.
Oh.
And if you have the washable fabric markers, that's another cool idea too, because then they can decorate them like every day. Customer provides a sense, but will look. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. How do you feel about
Marmalade? We really don't talk much about Marmalade because, for one, please know that I am the head of marketing and PR at E-Rank. So, obviously, that's one reason that I'm going to say E-Rank is my favorite. But I've been using E-Rank for years before I worked for them. I've used E-Rank for 4 years now. And I just started working for E-Rank as of February because I enjoyed the tool so much. Marmalade is a data tool, and E-Rank is a data tool. And both tools use third-party data. So the tools are going to have similar results because the data is third-party. But E-Rank has more tools at a significantly cheaper price point, where Marmalade is $20 a month. E-Rank is $5.99 for basic or $9.99 for pro per month. And also,
we've had better experiences with E-Rank even before we were associated with them in any way.
Yeah, and some of our alphas had some things that
we don't like. We can't get too far into it.
Yeah, they had some stuff that happened that they didn't like, so we kind of just got bad vibes there.
Yes. Cheeky off topic, did you get to watch the Nightwish? If so, is your drummer now happier? Yes, I got to watch it. I'm just not a fan of Nightwish. I know that probably upsets you. That's just not my thing. I actually haven't seen my drummer since our last Friday Bean. It's actually been...
They're trying to social distance.
3 weeks. Yeah, we're doing our social distancing, and they all work regular jobs too. So it's a balancing act. And I'm in the middle of... I write most of the music for the band. As far as like the guitar stuff goes, we start with the guitar and work our way out. And I'm in the middle of writing new material. We're trying to get our next like set list going.
Ellen said someone from the HAA group told me that you did a video on how to photograph sterling jewelry. I think that it was more of me taking the color out of silver jewelry. Go to my channel. Go to my playlist tab. Find my photo editing playlist and find the video called How I Photograph My Jewelry or something like that for my listings, or find that video. I think that's what they're referring to. It's not sterling. It's just how my keys just happen to be silver. They're not sterling. They just happen to have a silver color. In fact, here, I've got one right here. So I kind of talk about how to get the color out of them. Let's see. I have both, and I think eRink has a lot more to offer. Yeah, eRink has more tools, and we also run based on suggestions. So the blue feedback button in the corner, that doesn't send you off to some weird customer service.
It's paid attention to.
Yeah, that is the people who see that are Debbie, who most of you know Debbie. She's great. She's in the eRank group. Pam, you guys know Pam Duthie, purple and red hair. She's awesome. And Anthony. Those are the 3 people that will see your email if you send it one with the feedback button. And if there's a great idea for a new tool and it's possible for us based on the API that we have available from Etsy, we can usually put it on our list of things to do. But we do have a lot of really cool stuff in the works. Hi, Amber. We love you. eRank isn't just a tool, it's a family. You get so much support. I love it. Yes, and we do Q&As over there every Thursday. We just did one yesterday.
And if there's a lack of communication somewhere, we always look at a way to get somebody to pay more attention to it.
Did Mark write the video intro guitar riff for your channel? Oh, no. And we don't use it anymore because a lot of people didn't like it. The Happy Rock, that is free from bensound.com. If you guys ever need like free music for your videos, go to bensound.com and you can find one. But that riff is called Happy Rock. Though, you should write me something cool.
I could do that. I just write music that's a lot heavier than that.
How to edit photos. Go to my channel. There's a playlist tab. Find my photo editing playlist and watch that. That'll tell you everything that you need to know. How to increase Instagram followers for my business. So far,
Post on Instagram more.
Yeah, post. It's all the same things. I'm not an Instagram expert. I'm an Etsy coach. So I will tell you what I do. And that is on every social channel that I have, I tell people follow me on Instagram. Every time that I can mention it, I say follow me on Instagram. When I'm on Instagram, I use hashtags that aren't just about my jewelry, but are about my niche. So I use like gothic hashtag and tattoo girls and, things like that. So it's really just a slow roll, and it's never going to happen overnight. And anytime you see anything about someone messaging you saying, get followers fast, it's usually a scam. It takes time.
What's Nate's job at eRank? That's not our position to say. Legally, I think. So...
No, he's marketing.
No, you're not supposed to do that. That's a form of doxing, by the way.
No, it's not. He said we talk about it publicly. It's on public pages.
But he's not here to say that we're allowed to say what he does at a company that could be private. Don't sue us, Nate.
Oh, yeah, right.
Whitney Jackson, ... I agree. Making a citrus cake, splashed orange juice on my laptop screen as I've taken you with me. Wiped the juice off and turned off my laptop by mistake.
There's a replay, Sharon.
All the guys out there know what you're going through. I love that eRank will allow you to refresh one listing at a time to check out changes you made affect the rating. Marmalade requires you to refresh your entire shop, which takes forever.
I didn't know that.
I think we're through questions. It's 1:05. Got any last minute things you want to sprinkle on there?
Yeah. So, couple things, guys. There's some, for those who are joining us for the first time, there's always freebies down below. 2020 marketing calendars are more important now than ever because you guys need to know when to start preparing your Etsy shops for the holidays. Be sure to go get those down below, download them, print them. My summer survival guide obviously is going to be going out of season very soon, so these are going to be the last few weeks that you can get it. But if you're going through slow sales right now, please understand that this is completely normal. It's a normal occurrence that happens every single year. That's mine.
And people wanted to see it.
Oh. Who? Oh, can you show us your... Oh, okay. Anyway,
You feel naked now?
Yeah, I feel weird. Yeah, so what was I saying? Summer Survival Guide, you're probably only going to be able to get that for the rest of the July, and then I'm going to get rid of it. But like I said, if you're experiencing slow sales right now, that is why they slow down every year in the summer. What are you laughing at over there?
I'm not laughing at anything. I'm smiling. She doesn't like it when I'm happy.
Stop being happy. I'm trying to do my spiel. And 2020 marketing calendars. And Mark and I are thinking about doing a second channel. I know we keep saying that when we've been saying it ever since we've been on YouTube, but I think we're serious now. We're thinking about doing a second non-Etsy related channel where we do stupid funny stuff, and we're thinking about making it moderately inappropriate, as in
like, don't have your kids around when you watch it.
Bad words.
Bad words.
Bad words. Bad words, because we say bad words in real life because we're from Ohio, and anyone from Ohio knows that Ohio people say a lot of bad words. We
would have half of the subscribers we have now if I was to talk the way that I talk in real life.
So it might be like a late night thing that you can watch with your spouse and laugh at. If it's something that you're interested in us doing, just let us know. Just be aware it's completely unaffiliated with the alphas, and it's not going to be business related at all. I think we're going to do just silly stuff, challenges and goofy things. Let us know if it's something that you're
And we are still considering the Alphas After Dark thing. I've had like 5 people email us saying that they want us to do it. Rated R Starla. She's not quite as bad as I am. She'll probably still stay pretty clean, but...
Oh, no. I didn't curse until I was 16, I think. I think I was 16 years old, which is crazy because kids my age, you know, when I was even in elementary school, were cursing to each other, and I didn't do it. So it's always kind of been unnatural to me. It's not anymore because...
Hello. Buy another hairy Barbie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You guys can, if you want some more funny videos, you guys can go back on my channel and watch some of our initial unboxing or the weirdest things we found on Etsy. Those are like our first funny videos. They're pretty silly.
Amber said definitely there for Alphas After. I just don't know how I would want to format it. Like, it's hard to come up with content that would suit like a full live stream that wouldn't end up becoming too graphic in any way that YouTube would pull us down for it.
Carmen said, I miss seeing Nate on the channel. Every Thursday we stream live in the E-Rank group. We streamed yesterday. So if you ever want to see him, go over there, join the E-Rank group, and watch our streams on Thursday. They're Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern every week. And he's always there. And he's doing good. He should be stopping by later today over at our house, actually.
He's coming over to play guitar with your boy.
Yep. Other than my parcel, do you have much for unboxing? Nope.
No, we don't. We've asked people to not send stuff for a while because, things are iffy. It's not necessarily that we don't want packages. We don't want to be the reason that somebody goes out and gets sick because they made an unnecessary trip to the post office.
We can, maybe we could just have him, maybe we'll just do a separate video, Amber, because we only have your package and then one other that someone sent us catnip toys, and our cats ripped them open.
Yes, they did.
So we might just do those.
We might just do a smaller one. I don't talk in public because my tongue is swollen from biting it. I still think the bad words. Yeah. I'm a Yankee married to a pyro with a raunchy sense of humor. Alpha After Dark, I'd be your niche. It's not necessarily just an inappropriate show. It's more specifically about like adult products and things like that.
We have an 18 plus, like, you know, market.
Quite a few people on here, probably a few people in here if anybody wants to comment, that sell
in the 18 plus category.
Fun toys.
Yeah, and there's no reason that we shouldn't be able to talk about the things that are trending in their industry just because it's a taboo topic. Like, they're trying to do business just like those of you who are selling, you know, jewelry are. And I want to make sure that we're catering to everybody, but it's such a hard topic to cover because so many people know us as the channel that they can turn it on while their kids are in the room. So we want to do one that's late at night, our time, and, you know, do it just for them.
I'm over 60 and have an 18-year-old and a 22-year-old, and I can't stand the language they use. My mom, who was born in 1920, would have said, I'm going to wash your mouth out with soap. I'm not going to Yeah, I'm not gonna touch.
He's ex-military, guys. Come on, if you think that
Don't let words offend you. If words offend you, that's a sign of weakness. Don't let yourself be upset by words.
But I can understand it if it's your kids and you don't want to see your kids like being
No,
nasty.
I don't agree, but we won't get into that. Raise your kids to be strong, powerful people, so our countries, all of your countries, can stay strong against the people who aren't softening their kids up. I'll have to check that out. Where's E-Rank Group? I'm 61 and say the F word often. The older you get, the more you should say it.
Where's the E-Rank Group? You're like you're not acknowledging things
because we're
here.
15 minutes over
That's
the
fine.
stream limit and I need to eat.
The E-Rank Group, go to Facebook in the top search bar and just type in E-Rank Group and you should find it.
What is your opinion of masks versus gaiters? Doesn't really matter as long as you're covering your mouth and your nose.
Yeah,
Don't
really
wear your mask on your chin. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't really have an opinion on which I have masks. I
have a gaiter that I wear. I have a mask that I wear. It just depends on the outfit I'm going for, you know. Good thing I didn't send you anything with an expiration date, but yes, there's something in there there's enough in there for its own video.
Okay.
Toit. I'm staying away from the post office and treat packages like hazmat stuff. Crazy times. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Maybe we could share our crafting over 18 stuff and bloopers. That's true. I mean, because technically with the streaming software that I've got, if people had like pictures and small videos and things like that, I could probably push them through in the stream. I wanted to sell crocheted pasties and G-strings, but I would have to open a new shop. Blurg. Yeah. Sticks and Stones. Dave Chappelle calls it having a brittle spirit.
Dave Chappelle is from Yellow Springs, Ohio.
Right up the street from us.
5 minutes. He literally is there right now.
I have friends who will frequently post on Facebook where they've driven past and like snapped a picture of him just walking down the street in Yellow Springs.
One of my friends just did it like last week. He literally lives right up the road.
A word only has as much power as you give it. Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the takeaway from that. I'm sorry, Bubbers. I didn't mean to kick you.
Do your spiel.
If you're not... wait a minute.
Yes.
Yes, we have. I sent that to her last week.
It's true.
If you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you click on the bell icon to get notified every time we go live and every time we upload a video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. I can't talk today. What's a pasty? Is
that like Amber. A pastry baked good? Google it, Amber.
Depends on your thought about it. It could be. You don't have a bean of the week, I'm assuming.
I don't have a bean of the week.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up anyway. And say the big F word we've been talking about. And
flexibility is my favorite.
Flexibility is my favorite. No, it isn't. Flexibility is my second favorite F word.
Flexibility is my favorite
Bean,
F
bean,
word.
bean.
Bean.
Never for... No, I'm not gonna... No adult jokes.
Bean. Amber Marie is our bean of the week. You can find her at Amber Marie Biro Portraits.
Yeah, what's a pasty?
Do you guys want to know what a pasty is?
Think of a bra, but just for your nipples.
It's a sticker. There's stickers that go on each nipple. That way you can have no shirt. You can just have sticker, and they're usually hearts and stars and things. Those are
Cornish pasty. Y'all, I love you. Especially our older audience. I love you guys the most because you're so naive sometimes.
Cornish pasty! No!
I just think of like little Cornish hen
No!
chickens.
I thought of a little chicken with like 2 little stickers on its like little fuzzy chicken
Oh my
breasts.
god. I love you guys. Yes. Fun fact, in most states you can legally just walk around with pasties on.
As it should be.
It should be.
The women,
I agree.
Women's nipples are no different than man nipples.
Just like anything in life, you can do anything you want as long as you are willing to accept the social ramifications for what you are doing.
Exactly. You might just have a couple people who are like, oh, but if you
and
don't...
you might have a couple people who are way too excited.
Yeah, so just,
Cornish nipple tape. Okay, this stream has just gotten all kinds of weird. We love you guys, and we will see you next week.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.